Okay, it's a toss-up. Okay, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go for 30 days a night, so it's not a bit different. It wasn't what I was gonna go for now. I'm flipping it now, so 30 days a night. So what am I doing? I got a zombie, I got a werewolf, I got a vampire. So I've got all my monsters in. So I'm throwing in the monsters. We've got the thing. Okay, it's more monsters, right?
Creature feature, yeah.
Creature feature. So look, I think 30 Days a Night is an all-time classic. It's based on a comic book. It's set in a town called Burrow in Alaska. The idea that vampires come to this town knowing that like they can survive in the nighttime for 30 days and just have a great time killing and feeding for 30 days undisturbed. I think it's got like standout performances from Josh Hartnett and Melissa George. The brilliant chemistry together. Danny Houston plays a wonderful villain. They have the vampire language, they have the vampire traditions, the way of behaving. They feel otherworldly, but they feel familiar. They, the prosthetics on the face, but their clothing is human. They have a kind of a familiar, I suppose is what you'd call him, who kind of comes into town at the beginning of the film. He ends up in jail. He's cut all the phone lines and the communications routes. The town is completely isolated. Um, in a little bit of research for this, I did find out that it's not 30 days a night. It's actually 66 or 67 days a night, which doesn't sound as good, but actually will be even more terrifying. You have to wait twice as long to take out these vampires. But it is just again, and I kind of think that that's the trend going through my picks is these survival movies of unrelenting terror. How do you cope in this insane situation? In 28 Days Later, how do you wake up and cope with this insane situation? Dog soldiers, you're out on a kind of like a training mission. You find dead other soldiers in the forest. Werewolves exist. What? Okay, we got to deal with it. I'm going about my life in this tiny Alaskan town. Josh Hartnett is the sheriff. He's broken up with Melissa George. There's some tension there, but still love between them. Oh shit, vampires are here. How do I deal with this? And it's like, how can we survive? And how do we hide? And how do we keep quiet? And how can we defeat them? And it's just a wonderful, like, just nearly exhausting film. I think it's brilliant on every level.
Well, like
I'll have to
I can tell
I'll have to
you,
put the hand up here before you say anything. I have not seen this movie,
Okay.
so I'm gonna have to trust you guys completely on this. And not, I know the movie very well. I just haven't seen it.
Okay, cool.
yeah, again, another one I've seen once, but it's going on my list to rewatch because I haven't thought about it in a while. I'm from Alaska, so I love the concept, and I can attest to, yeah, there's more than 30 days where it's pitch black. Like you'd wake up in the morning and it's dark outside. You get on the bus to school, it's dark outside. There's probably a little bit of light while you're in class, and then once you're out again, it's dark outside. It's a fantastic premise. Like, what a fantastic premise. I do question how many people there are actually going to be, what the choice is available in Burrow, Alaska, because Alaska has a very small population. It reminds me of this phrase that the women have when they talk about the men in Alaska, that the odds are good, but the good are odd. So it's like there are a lot of men, but there's a bit of screws loose here.
Oh yeah.
In the
But
place,
they have some of those characters there. That kind of way. They've got the guy who's always
you have to
a mess
like
or this or that or eccentric.
They do
people
they
and,
exist up there. Like, great pick though. Like, we got a vampire film in there for sure. I love that premise a lot. Like, it's one of those ones. It's the elevator pitch one where you hear it in like one sentence. You go, I got it. I know exactly what that is. But yeah, that Bush is just coming with the rewatch.
Yeah, the curveballs, coming with the curveballs.
but the movies I've rewatched and rewatched. I could always watch them.